So much stuff has happened just in those few frames, few seconds. The guy, he actually know he's an Israelite. You can tell because he's wearing like a Chosen Seed shirt or whatever. You know, if you look at the, video. So he know he's an Israelite. He's asking him about the mark of the beast. He specifically asks him about the RFID chip, though. The guy in the purple, the IUIC teacher, because he's under a 501c3, there are provisions and things that they cannot teach being under a 501c3 church. Now notice, this guy didn't want to answer that question. He was like, we ain't talking about no chips. We ain't going to no chips. You want to go to the store? You can talk about the chips over there. And as you can see, also, the guy walked away and he stopped him because he wanted to talk about the RFID chip now, because he also knows the IUIC guy. The other people are watching and listening to him. And he basically, didn't want to answer a question. They're worried about how they look to people on the outside, because you can edit the cameras and stuff like that. But the people that's actually listening, standing right before you, they will be looking at you like, yo, like, why does that question, offend you? You don't want to talk about it. And then, the guy basically, he starts teaching, but he reluctantly starts teaching because it's a taboo subject. He said, I didn't want to deal with it, brother, but you kind of annoying me right now. So what annoyed him from this point right here to about, maybe 40 seconds ago? What annoyed him was he asked him a question, a taboo subject. Why is it taboo? Because it's going into prophecy. Prophets prophesy about stuff that's happening to the future. By you saying the RFID chip is Christianity or an embargo or whatever, that's not, that's right now. So that's not, you're going to be looking forward to happen. So IUIC doesn't teach about future prophecy. They're trying to get you in the mindset, oh, that already happened. The mark of the beast, that's Christianity. He said, talk to me about the forehead. What is that talking about? Why would you ask him? He's coming up to ask you. He's coming up to learn. Why would you in turn ask him? So he said it's a processed thought before you put it in your hand. Now, the brother actually, he's kind of sincerely making an effort to understand. And he's sincere. You can tell he sincerely thought about it. He said, okay, your right hand and your forehead. You know, the brother's going off right now, but you could tell that, you know, this is something he's pondered about.
Asking you according to the Bible. The Bible makes reference to the forehead. What is it talking about? All that process thought, that's not in the scripture. What is it talking about?
Now look at his demeanor. Did you see his face just scringe up? You know, they say something like 85% of communication is nonverbal. Now watch the IUIC members' facial expression. You know, 85% of whatever communication is nonverbal.
I'm asking you according to the Bible. The Bible makes reference to the forehead.
I'm discussing it. You don't ask me that. I'm offended. You stupid. That's what that, basically is saying. Don't question our doctrines that's taboo for us to talk about. We don't like to talk about prophecy. That's what he would say if he was honest. I got orders from Nathaniel, who got orders from the government, that there's certain things in our 501c3 charter that we can't talk about. I don't like that. You putting me on the spot in front of everybody. Jake don't like being put on the spot. And now the IUIC member just said that he was wrong. He said he was wrong, but he continues to ask him. So if he's wrong, then you should teach him. Why keep asking him questions? Now look at his demeanor. Look at his facial expression, his demeanor. His facial expression, demeanor is not coming off as, defensive or offensive.
No, bro. Listen. I'm being cool, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to, really cut you up like that. But I understand that you try to come at us on some slick foolishness. Listen, brother. Listen. I asked you a question. You a man that's holding the Bible right now. I asked you a question. When it's discussed about the forehead in the scriptures, what is it talking about?
So, IUIC is adamant that the mark of the beast is not the RFID microchip. You're going to have some people that, they weren't, they were, matter of fact, let me get it. This is Ezekiel 37:4. Again, he said unto me, prophesy unto me, Slakia. Let me slow down. It's Ezekiel 37:4. Again, he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh Elohim unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter unto thee, and ye shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you, and I will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh. So I prophesied as I commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came upon them, and skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. There was no breath. There's no breath in IUIC. They're coming together as a body. They're a body. IUIC, different members, have their different purposes. Some is the head, some Slakia, Yahweh Shai is the head of Israel, but the head of IUIC is Nathaniel. Somebody else might be the pinky toe, elbow, whatever like that. So they're a body, but there's no breath in them. When you don't have breath, you don't have life. The bones came together with IUIC, but there's no breath in them. Verse 9, then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy son of man, and say unto the wind, thus saith Yahweh, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. You know, and GMS goes out and prophesies unto the wind. Literally. If there's nobody out, we still teaching. But also another thing about wind is air. You breathe it. You know, so when we prophesy unto the wind, it's still going out to the unicorn. Somebody's still inhaling that. And people are coming to life. Now, the wind has been blown on IUIC. They not coming to life. They still dead. You know, we blew that wind on them. They didn't come. They didn't get resuscitated. You know, it's like you do mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on somebody. You bring them back to life. There's some people you can't do that to. Some people, they just dead. Verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army. Then said he unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off of our parts. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith Yahweh Elohim, behold, my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel. So coming out of our graves is brothers waking up. IUIC's not waking up. Brother, they're going to have to, you know, really wake the fuck up. Nobody's going to sit there and do mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on you for no fucking slacky. Sorry for my cuss words. You know, stop. We profane words. You know, the apostle said, you know, stop with ad hominem arguments and stuff like that. So slakia for the cuss words. But nobody's about to do CPR on you for no 40 hours. Eventually you say, man, let me get out of here. Let me go save somebody else. Verse 13, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves, and shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. We've yet to be back in our land. We've been scattered. We ain't touched that land since. Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. We still waiting to come back. IUIC, they're a body. The bones came together. But the thing about it is that even though the bones have come together, there's still no breath in them. You know, and we breathed breath into them. And they still not waking up. Nate said he had a dream and told, this is according to the apostles, that he had a dream that the oil was taken away from him, but it was given back to him at the last. And that oil is gone from him. You're not prophesying. He's not teaching the people. The mark of the beast is Christianity. Christianity has been on the scene since what? I don't know how old Christianity is, or what's the first Christian nation off the top of my head. I don't want to stop the video to Google it, but Christianity's been around for a long time. So mark of the beast been around for a very, very long time. You know, one second. This is Revelations chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Verse 16. And he causeth all, both small, great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now, verse 17, Slakia, it says you can't buy or sell. Buying and selling is how you conduct commerce. You know, you basically make trade. So there are terms and conditions to trading that you will need the mark of the beast in order to do this. verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Everybody don't got wisdom. You got to consider, because you could be in a body, but not have life, not have that breath. What did Adam say? Yahweh put, breath in Adam, and then what? Man became what? A living soul. He had that understanding in Adam. Brought him out, he gave him that understanding of the laws. And through laws, we get wisdom. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. Now, notice specifically about this. It says, let him that have understanding. Everybody don't have understanding. The scriptures, now this ain't behind everything. It says, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. 6. And this, if you look it up in the blue letter, this is basically a stigma, something that's imprinted in you. You can only get this if you got understanding. And this is one of those precepts and prophecies that's very easy to understand. I want to say also, this mark of the beast, because, all right, Christianity was spread. Now, it's Christianity, when it was being spread, who was in power? What beast was in power? The out of the 7 heads, it was the Roman Empire that was in power. So you would have to say that the mark of the beast has been around since the Roman Empire. Now, it said in Revelations 13 and verse 3. It says, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. So his deadly wound was healed. So this beast came back alive. The Roman Empire, went down, came back up. And in fact, one thing about, this beast, because he got 7 heads and 10 horns. So when you have a beast or animal, you kill the body. The head, the body follow. This beast has 7 heads. All 7 got to be severed off for him to die. Every single one of them have to die. But they're all the same body. So you chop off one head, it's still in power. The Romans put down, and guess what? They reemerged. Now, this beast, what has the mark of the beast that causes all, both small, great, rich, and poor. In the Roman Empire, they didn't cause everybody, because the Roman Empire didn't know about the other side of the world over there in the Americas. They didn't know about that. They didn't know about Gad being over there. So they couldn't have caused them to take the mark of the beast. They couldn't. And then also, too, another thing is with the scriptures saying that, He causeth all, both small, great, rich, and poor, to receive a mark in their forehead. I'm going to get this in Revelation 16 about if you take the mark. Slakia. This is Revelation chapter 16, verse 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. So many of us have taken Christianity. So many of us had, was caught up in that. So I guess all of us have the mark of the beast. Now, another precept. This is Revelations 19 and 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. Now, verse 20, what beast is that? Is that talking about the Roman Empire? Or here, America? Which beast? Because verse 19 says, I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse. All nations then gathered to fight against the Roman Empire. But the Roman Empire, that's where Christianity first came about. So verse 20 says, and the beast was taken. So the beast is talking about America. And with him, the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. So one thing we know about the, this devil is going to make, miracles. If it was possible, so convincing it was possible, it would be able to deceive the very elect. The elect will not be deceived. But it said people were deceived to take the mark of the beast. Verse 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, and wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. So a lot of people took the mark of the beast because they were simply deceived. The elect will not be deceived. Reading on, and them that worshipped his image. Some of us was in Christianity. Some of us was deceived in worshiping Christianity. So Christianity can be the mark of the beast. But the elect won't be deceived to do what? Once the elect wake up, they will not be deceived to take the mark of the beast. The elect also won't be deceived, by any means to go back into Christianity neither. But the damn sure, the elect is not about to be deceived. So the people that took the mark of the beast, some of them were deceived. Some of them took it because they had no faith. Now, you got to make sure you're not deceived by taking this RFID chip. You better, now is the time to ask questions. Because guess what your judgment is? If you take the mark of the beast, you're going to be cast into the lake of fire. So my question to IUIC, ISUPK, and all camp members, it's a challenge. It's an open challenge. And the question goes, if you take the RFID, because they say basically the RFID microchip is not the mark of the beast. And some say, okay, you're not supposed to take it anyways, but it's not the mark of the beast. And ISUPK say you take vaccination and stuff like that. So different people had a different opinions. Some say it's not the mark of the beast, but don't take it. And some people say it ain't the mark of the beast. You can take it. Very simple question. And that question goes like this. If a Israelite member that is of the faith, matter of fact, of the faith or not, if an Israelite receives an RFID microchip, can he still receive salvation? Peace and shalom.